well. So, here's the thing. I kind of have this thing where I hate people. Now, don't take it personally. Most people aren't completely bad. But then there's people that you hear about on the news that just make you want to give up all faith in humanity. Like, wow, how could someone do that? And then I realized, wow, I have a lot of friends. So if I hate people, how do I have that many friends? And I came to the conclusion that maybe my friends aren't really people. So it got me thinking, why exactly do I hate people? Well, one, always they're in crowds. It's so hard to get people alone in a crowded area or to be by yourself. In at school, maybe at a concert, at a park, my brother's in the background, exactly what I mean. I'm just at home and just that, and I cannot stand crowded areas. I can't stand all those people being around me and so many things being said, and it's terrible. And then there's always going to be at least one person there who's being bullied. I don't care how old you are. It always happens. There's always some drama. Even at the family parties I go to now with my parents and only my cousins and everything are there, there's just drama. They start drinking and then there's drama. There's fighting that's occurring. And then you just have to look around for it. And then there's those people who cry and they think the whole world is against them, that nothing they do is ever going to change that, and they're just so depressed. When you're around them, you can't help just be depressed. And then there's the people who are doing it, and sometimes oh yeah, well, okay, I guess it's not that bad. And then there's sometimes you look at them and you just want to punch them in the face. Seriously, just punch them, But you don't want to do anything though, because you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be like them, so you don't. And you just don't do anything about it. But if you do, you're dragged into that, and all of a sudden you're the bad guy. It's your fault, and even if it's not, it's just always, it comes back to you. Okay, so say there was a fight going on, and you try to break it up or something, and someone called the cops, you're gonna be pulled into that, because you were a part of that. It doesn't matter if all you do is say, come on guys, let's break it up, and try and push them apart. When the cops come, they're gonna talk to you to see everything that happened. And so you're involved with that, even though you try to do something good. It's a lose-lose situation, And then there's the fact that there's people who can't say what's on their mind. They just can't. They'll be like, oh yeah, I completely agree with you. And they really they're such an opposing view that they want to yell or scream or do something to make you realize it, but they'll just agree with you. What's that? I think it's passive aggressive. They don't, yeah. And then there's those people who are just freak out on you. You say something they don't agree on, and they'll freak out on you. If you say your stand on a gay marriage, and they're against gay marriage, it's like World War III broke out between you guys. They will say everything they can against you and against your view. Even if somehow in the middle of this argument, you somehow convince them that your view is right, they will still fight you. And they will go on. They won't be like, oh yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. No. It'll be a fight to the death with this person, verbally mostly. Sometimes I guess it can break out into a real fight, but mostly it's verbally, and it's crazy though. And there's so many things out there that people still don't agree on. There's this whole atheist thing. I'm sorry, but if you're atheist, there's no reason for you to go around saying I'm atheist. You don't have to be oh, I hate on God. But the same thing goes for Christians and Catholics and every other religion out there. You don't have to go around broadcasting what you believe in. You don't. And you don't have to fight everyone who disagrees with you. You know what? None of us have any proof we're right. None of us have any proof that there's God up there. And I'm not saying I don't think there is, and I'm not saying I do. I'm not saying I do or don't. Sorry. But, it's just, no one cares about your opinion. And if they do, try not to be all like, oh, you're so wrong. I can't believe you'd say that. Don't go all like, don't be like that. Just don't. Can you have a civil conversation about it, or is that completely impossible for you? And then there's always the fact that they're never secure about themselves. My hair looks so gross today. I can't believe it. Like, it would have looked better if, like, some guy came in and did it this morning. I can't believe it. Or then there's guys who think they need to not lose weight, but, like, they need to be so muscular that, like, wearing a loose shirt like this, you should be able to see their muscles through it. Look, it's hanging down on me, you know? And then there's those girls who just think they need to be so skinny that you can see their ribs, you know? Like, I'm sorry, but most people actually don't find it that hot when you can see their ribs. So when it's like, it goes like this. So there's right here, and you go down, it's like this bump, you know, where their boobs should be, right? And then you keep going down, and you feel something, and it's like all bumpy, and you're like, well, that shouldn't be there. And then it just dips in. It just dips in. And it comes back out on your waist. That's not healthy. That's not natural. That's not hot. No. That's scary. You should not be like that. And you feel like that naturally, then you should probably see a doctor about that, and they'll give you like the shake or something to help you gain a little bit of weight until you're at a healthy weight. And no, you should not decide what a healthy weight is. Your doctor should. You should feel comfortable in your skin, yes. But you shouldn't be trying to like be something you're not. There's girls out there who will completely starve themselves and who will make themselves throw up so they can be that perfect weight they think they have to be, right? And honestly, most people don't even like that. But then there's the people out there who aren't like that and who are at that perfect weight according to the doctors or whatever, and they are comfortable in their skin, and then they feel like they have to hate on people who do have that problem, and it is a mental problem. It's all mental. It's not their fault they're like that. Even someone had to put that thought in their head. They had to plant that seed that they're not right, that they're too fat, they need to be skinnier. And that seed, it just grows. It's like a tree, but it grows so much faster. And there's those people out there who feel like they have to hit on these people. Like, there's these pictures that you see that say, real men like curves in a woman. Only dogs go for bones. I'm sorry, but someone can like whatever the hell they want to like. I know plenty of guys out there who would go for bones, but you know what? Don't make yourself into that. If they like you, they're gonna like you no matter how the hell you look. And it's just like I said, even when they are comfortable in their skin and they're not always like, oh, I need to change, they feel like they need to hit on others normally, right? So they need to hit on other people because they still aren't completely comfortable with who they are and how they look, and so they feel like they have to hit on others who look different than them so that they can feel better about themselves. Okay, and so now I come to my friends, and you know what? My friends are all these. My friends get in fights all the time. They argue with me a lot too, not only with each other, but a lot with me. I know one of my friends, I guess he has a restraining order on something because of a religious argument, you know? And then I have friends out there who do have those mental illnesses where they think they need to not eat. And then I have my friends out there who eat too much. And I have those friends that are like perfect, but they don't think they are. And I don't think I know 5 people. I can't count on my hands how many of my friends are comfortable with who they are comfortable with how they look and their beliefs, and don't feel the need to do a bunch of stuff to prove it. I can't do that. And I'm not perfect either. But, you know, I can tolerate my friends. I can put up with them, and I can have fun with them and have a good time. You know, but then, like, most people I just can't. I want to punch them in the face. Like, I just want to punch them in the face. I couldn't care less what they think about me after I do it. That's what they deserve sometimes, you know? So, I don't understand how I meet these people and they become my friends. My only rational explanation is that they're, like, not human and they're just trying to make themselves human, you know? Because there's no way in hell I'm human. I mean, look at me. I am crazy. I mean, it's just, I guess none of us are the same, but really, maybe they are people. Which I guess they truly are people, since we don't know aliens or anything, you know? But, you know, maybe they're just the kind of people that aren't completely terrible, aren't so stereotypical people, or stereotypical American. A lot of this is American, too. That they're not like that, and I can put up with them, and I can have a good time with them, and enjoy my friends' company. But, you know, that's just my opinion on why I hate people. And I guess that's some of the reasons why a lot of people hate people, you know? And everything. And why I don't think my friends are human. Oh, but another good reason I hate people, they have to hate on everyone else. And I know that's brought up a lot, but, you know, I'm Liam over here, and I'm a huge fan of One Direction and Justin Bieber and plenty of other bands out there you can name. But I want to point out that some of the biggest fandoms out there, you know, fandom is when the fans of this artist are so big of fans that they know so much about these people, right? They know when they were born, where they grew up. They know all this because they watch all these interviews and they read all the magazines and everything. They feel like they belong to them, you know? So then there's the Believers, who were the first actually named fandom base, and they think they're all that and a bag of chips. They do. They think they rule the fandom and that Justin's so loyal to them and everything. And you know what? I am a huge fan of him. And once upon a time, I might have called myself a believer. Yeah, I still probably do. But, you know, I'm not. I guess I'm not, like, completely, like, I need to know every detail about him. My life revolves around him. I'm never going to marry unless it's him. I'm not like that. But I do enjoy being able to talk to other people who are fans of him, which is the reason that a lot of people are in fandoms and not just like single person doing all this, which is really stalkerish, which I guess it still is. But then there's the Directioners, and it's even more crazy because it's 5 guys are doing this too, right? 5. But for some reason, these Directioners and these Believers feel like they need to hate on each other. I've read comments and messages and pictures from Believers that saying Directioners are terrible and how we're always hating on their fan base. But yet, I see even more coming from the Directioners about the Believers, right? Saying how terrible they are and how much they're hating on us and how much they're hating on the band, which is completely insane because really, if you think about it, both those groups of people, both those musicians are just that. Musicians. They make music. Their life goal, what they're doing for their life, is making music. And I don't understand why they can't just enjoy it. Be a huge fan of them, sure, but you don't need to hate on other people. If you don't like the same music of them as you, don't. Just leave it, okay? It's not like that big of a deal. You don't need to feel like everything's a direct hit to you and that person who you're trying to be like, you're stalking. That's pretty much what it is, stalking. And I know a lot of information about these boys too, but I don't deliberately like Google this and try and find it. I'll read about it. It'll just be on my newsfeed or something, and I'll be like, oh, sweet, cool. Or I'll like pick up a magazine and I'll be like, oh, look, there's an article about this guy I like, and I'll read it. But it's not like I'm trying to like find out all this information. I'm not a walking encyclopedia about them like some of these girls are, and it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't understand it, and I don't think I will. And humanity just sets himself up every day to make me hate them more. And there's the people out there who will make me believe that there is some faith in humanity. And it just all goes to all hell once, I go a little bit further in my day. It just doesn't work. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Sorry if this bored the crap out of you. But yeah. Thank you guys. Bye.